Booch. We playing Booch ball. Booch. We playing Booch ball.
Hello and welcome back to Booch Ball, the only podcast in the entire world talking kombucha and college sports. My name's Alex, joined as always by my lovely co-host Freed. How you doing over there, Freed?
Doing great. A lot of thankfulness this week. Just happy to be here.
So true. It is the Thanksgiving week, Freed. It is the final week of the regular season. And as all the loyal Boochies know, it is time for everyone's favorite guest to make an appearance on Booch Ball. That's right. The one, the only, the doctor will see us now. Dr. Lauren Hershey Zimmerman. Welcome to the show, Lauren.
Wow. Thank you so much for having me back for yet another year.
Of course. What is this, our 10th year in a row, Freed?
This is year 5. I think Lauren's been with us every Thanksgiving since the origin of Booch Ball, 5 years straight.
A tradition like no other.
I think for the 10th anniversary, we should all just do Thanksgiving together.
That sounds awesome.
That'd be so fun.
We can barely even get together for
that
a tailgate, but we'll do Thanksgiving together.
Yeah. At David's family's house.
Perfect.
Yeah. Let's go to Ann Arbor. I actually do. I really do want to go see the big game one of these times. So as we all know, Lauren is a Michigan fan after getting her studies done there.
Well, the game will be in Michigan in 5 years, right? Because it's at Ohio State this year.
What? We have to go then.
All right, 10th anniversary it is.
Maybe Michigan will be good again by that point. Maybe.
Make Michigan good again 2029.
What do you guys think about technology and like the state of our world? If I go into my Apple calendar right now and I go out 10 years and I put on Thanksgiving Day 10 years out from now that we're going to do Booch Ball Thanksgiving with Lauren and David.
Well, it's only 5 years from now.
Do you think it'll show up? Oh, yeah, 5 more. Yeah, so only 5 more years.
It'll stick.
I think so.
It would be, so the 2024, so it would be 2029 would be our 5-year anniversary.
Yeah, so you need to set an alert, do the second alert like 1 year before the event so that in 2028 it reminds us. And then you need like an extra alert a few months before it actually happens so we can get our flights and set the table.
Set the table indeed.
I have contacts in my iPhone that have been transferred over from my middle school flip phone and have stayed on my phone all this time. So I think you can do a calendar.
I wonder if you could do like a trace of your oldest contacts. I guess like I know you can do that on Instagram and stuff. You can track your oldest followers and things like that. Your oldest contact. It's probably everyone's mom or something like that.
Probably.
I definitely have some high school people in there where you write their name with like a single initial as the last name because they were like the only Daniel that you knew in middle school and high school. But now you see it and you're like, I know so many people this could be, but I remember who that was because that's the only person I would have put in my phone like that. And that's sentimental. That's nice.
Interesting. My friend Rachel, her voicemail is from when she was, I think, a freshman in high school. Still, and she's our age, so her voicemail is like, and she already kind of has a high voice because she's small, but it's like, hi, you've reached Rachel Pritchard, send a text or leave a message and I'll get back to you.
My voicemail said
perfect
like that until my second job when one of my new coworkers who was my friend who recruited me to the company was like, hey, by the way, your voicemail is just you saying Freed.
As like you're doing the beep at like leave a message after the Freed. Was that the idea?
No, but I like that now that you say that. But
Because if you do that, that's kind of fun. Yeah, leave a message.
I made it through a full year at my first company with that voicemail, and then into my 25-year-old year.
That's
at my
an
current
interesting
company.
thing. I truly believe that we should. I think there's an opportunity for innovation in the voice messaging realm. I had the idea of doing FaceTime voicemails for a long time. They finally are doing FaceTime voicemails. But I think you
So
just
like Snapchat?
yeah, but it's specifically FaceTime because there's nothing worse than like you're doing a FaceTime, you've got the whole gang together. It's usually us FaceTiming you, Lauren, if we're like at a event or like with my sister.
So it's like a voice text, but
FaceTime
it's
you.
a video text.
Yeah,
And how is that different from recording a video and texting it?
because you're already in the FaceTime. You're in that energy. So if you do the FaceTime, there's an inherent. Oh, didn't answer the FaceTime. Okay, I guess now we'll go into a different app. Send a video.
Alex, I don't think there's a need
send
for
a video.
this, but you know what? There is a need for.
There is a need for it. They already did it.
No, there's
you
a
talking
need for congratulations to Lauren because despite Michigan being 6-5 this year, they did actually win the national championship in 2023, lest we forget. So congratulations.
That's right. We haven't had you on the show since the big win.
Yeah. I've been talking up Michigan for years now, and I finally was proved right.
That's right. And
Tell me,
Dylan,
how did
I
it
stuck
feel?
by her every step of the way, right? For
How
you,
did
I
it
always
feel?
support it.
It felt great. First of all, Freed, you doubted that I said we would beat Ohio State every year that I said it, and we beat them.
I'm
every
going to
year.
do it again this year.
Well, okay, that's fine this year. But it was just such a good team. The vibes were so good. Harbaugh has had really built up this great energy and ethos around the team, and everyone seemed really bought in, and there was threats on all fronts. The defense was great, offense was great, had a great quarterback, great running backs.
There were threats in the as the coordinators, the people, the video team, everybody was a potential threat.
We were cheating. It was flawless.
I thought you were talking when you said threats. I thought you were talking about other people hating on you. For being cheaters.
Yeah.
It's honestly, it's one of the best
all around.
teams. You guys totally got away with it. You guys got away. I think you got away with it because everybody likes Harbaugh ultimately.
Also, as soon as that came out, everyone realized that there was an Excel spreadsheet going around to the rest of the Big Ten stealing Michigan signs. Sign stealing is not that big of a deal. We just had the weirdest guy doing it in the weirdest ways. And that's what made it a big story.
He's back in the news, right? Because he's coaching high school, and he just flipped LSU's recruit with Connor Stallions there and $10 million from NIL celebrities
Oh, to Michigan he did?
To Michigan, yeah.
Oh, this is the number one recruit, right? Yeah.
Quarterback, yeah.
Wasn't it who's the guy from Barstool? Dave Portnoy?
Yeah.
Wasn't it a lot of his money? Him and Tom Brady or something, pooled assets?
Something like that. But actually, the whole the sign stealing thing, whatever we're calling that, Stallion Gate, that essentially directly led to the communication helmets coming into college football now to take that out to some extent. And I think that is a not minuscule factor in the demise of Florida State, because there was always speculation that they were very good sign stealers, and they never got busted, but their team's significantly worse this year. So
necessity is the mother of invention.
That's the Michigan difference. Somehow bringing down Florida State.
Yeah. UMs and UMs just that meme of yeah. The two strong arm wrestlers.
Yeah.
Oh, well, welcome to the show, Lauren. Good to have you back. Congrats on your little victory lap here. I always, I generally support Michigan just because I've always hated Ohio State. So you always have a home here, especially for the holidays.
I have always had half a home here, but I feel the support, Alex. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, Freed is like the racist uncle that's also at the table. He's still family, but you you hope that he doesn't have too much wine and start talking too much. Speaking of wine, a fermented beverage, Oh,
Excellent
that
segue.
transition. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the first segment of Booch Ball. We're gonna tell you what we're drinking.
What we're drinking.
Very good. Lauren, tell us what we're drinking.
We're drinking the Brew Doctor limited release sparkling cranberry for Thanksgiving week.
That's right. You're
This
drinking
is some
that.
cranberry sauce that we can all get behind, except for Alex, who could not find it. So he will be drinking another fall Brew Doctor. The
right.
What do you got? Some sort of apple?
I'm drinking the Brew Doctor Crisp Apple,
Crisp
which
apple.
I don't know that we've had on the show. We've had
I don't
Health
think we've
Aid,
had it on the
BG's
show.
apples.
No, I don't think we've had it on the show. I don't think I've ever had that, which probably means I've never seen it. Because if I see it, I'd try it.
I went to 3 different stores today. I went to my local. I went to 4 different stores today to try to find the new flavor of Brew Doctor. Whole Foods didn't have it. Stop and Shop didn't have it. 2 other like local places did not have it. So I'm honest. I've kind of felt this way for a while. Like I'm disappointed by the lack of kombucha representation in a place like Brooklyn, New York.
It's just not a Booch living city. It's
You
just
went to
not.
Whole Foods. What about like a co-op, like a hippie co-op?
There is a co-op. It's like I went to something like that, but in order to go to a co-op, you have to be in the co-op.
Oh,
Is that true?
There's the
Not-
Park
not
Slope
here.
co-op, and I wasn't able to like check out because I wasn't a member.
Did they know who you
I was
are?
like, I just want. No. Do they know who my dad is?
I have a very important
That doesn't sound like
You're missing out on a lot of audience.
Yeah, for real.
All right, so
Um,
let's talk flavor profile. Sparkling cranberry, 3 out of 4 fruity, no spice, 2 out of 4 floral, 1 out of 4 herbal, and we got a skiing sloth. That's Otis, cartoonized, saying, "Cran, you dig it?"
Cran, you dig it? Yes, I cran.
What are you
That's
working with
funny.
the apple?
I have a picture. There's 2 apples, and they're very big, and they're kind of like this, rivaling the size of a mountain. This big crisp apple. I do like the ingredients that they put. They said the ingredients are apple, more apple, and green tea.
Brew
How do
Doctor
you-
loves to have fun. We love that.
And the sloths, he could have said, how do you like them apples or something like that, but he said, appley ever after.
Okay. Well, let's crack this thing open and see the Otis under the lid. See what he's got for us.
Oh, and by the way, my flavor profile is 4 out of 4 fruity, 0 spicy, 1 floral, 1 herbal. So similar profiles, I think, with these 2.
Yeah, a little more fruity for you. Interesting.
Well, that's just the way I like it, Fried.
Pungent. Otis is ready.
Ooh, this is
This says baby got Booch.
Yes, you do.
mine just says secret tunnel, which
Secret
why?
tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
Alex, you're so online.
Alex
How
doesn't
do you
know
not
it is.
know?
So uncultured.
Alex is the most online person I know.
Was that about the Jews that were beneath the streets of Brooklyn?
The classic TikTok
Reed, can you
song
confirm?
about the Jews.
Wait, what do you think that's from, Lauren?
I think I just heard that audio on TikTok like a million times.
It's from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I am so sorry that I am
Nerd.
I'm
not
offended.
that cool.
I actually did watch all of the Avatars during COVID when I was like,
Such a
I
good
wasn't
show.
depressed, but I just like wasn't feeling hot.
Yeah.
I took a lot of baths during the first like 6 months of COVID.
You called me during a lot of those.
And I FaceTime you though. And if I could have FaceTimed you and left you a message, believe me, I would have.
I might have called you.
Trust me, I would have.
All right, so the sparkling cranberry, we got a 3% juice here. I'm hungry for Booch. I'm going in.
All right, as will I. Ooh. I think this is going to be very like vinegary. Let's find out. I don't know if Lauren, do you have a cup nearby? An empty cup? One thing about brew doctors I've found is that they taste better, I think, in a glass.
Worth it for me to go get one from downstairs.
Is it how carbonated is it? Is it like manageable? Sometimes they're like aggressively carbonated.
It's subtly carbonated. It's kind of
Okay.
standard.
All right. if
This
it's-
is
don't worry
interesting.
about
It doesn't taste particularly cranberry-y. It's almost just a light fruity floraliness, and it has that quintessential Brew Doctor mild baby poop funk, but in a good way.
Freed, that's the second reference to the taste of baby poop you've made today, and I want to know what your frame of reference is.
I don't have one, but Brew Doctor, it has that little bit of funkiness, that a little bit of kind of reminds me of the smell of baby poop. And
The
I don't
smell of
mean
baby poop. So not the
I-
taste of baby poop.
You
just-
you weren't like to a diaper.
well, smell and taste are intertwined, and it's just what it reminds me of. And I really think that it's holding Brew Doctor back from a more mainstream audience.
yeah.
With my distinguished Bucci tongue, I've learned to enjoy it, but
It's
I
kind
think
of like
most people-
it's if other kombuchas are like an IPA, Brew Doctor often goes for like a Miller Lite kind of baseline flavor profile of like a very basic light style beverage. If that makes sense.
But it's like, I don't want to use the word musty, but it's like the weird flavor of kombucha without the sharpness. And I think the sharpness makes the weird flavor more palatable of kombucha. As a
it's that
non-kombucha,
funk that I'm referring to. It's
Yeah.
that funkiness.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
so Lauren, it seems like every year we try your first, your second, your third, your fourth kombucha. So have you dabbled at all in the
I
past
have.
year?
I have
Okay.
dabbled. I
So what
get
are you into?
I get Misfits shipments, the Misfits market where they give you like ugly fruits and vegetables to reduce on food waste.
yeah.
And sometimes I forget to place my
Aw.
order, so they send me kombucha. So I have
So you
accidentally
accidentally get
I've
kombucha.
gotten kombucha.
Wait,
And I
you
have
forget
news.
to send your order so it just
It,
sends
like-
you like a pre-made okay, got
The
it.
default is kombucha, the stuff that nobody wants,
Yeah,
out of the
they're
stuff
like,
that nobody wanted.
What are they
please
sending you?
take
What's
it's
the
a lot of
kombucha?
produce, like of the kombucha.
Yeah.
I really should have looked at the name of this before coming on here because
Mm.
you guys would be asking me about this, but I don't know.
Yeah. All right.
Maybe I'll look it up. But I have
We'll do it
news.
in post. We'll insert the name right here. Ready? Everybody lay out. We're gonna give it a space. 1, 2, 3. Okay, go.
Oh yeah, we've had that.
Yeah. Oh, I actually don't like that.
Probably Kavita then. But Lauren does like Kavita. She would know Kavita.
Mhm.
But yeah,
She's
Brew
a
Doctor
basic
is not mainstream taste wise like Kavita. It's way more mellow. It has a characteristic funk to it, and I think at the end of the day, I'm kind of into this one.
Okay. Yeah, it's usually drinkable. The ones it really loses the plot when they get like too like herbally or florally. But I think if they go the more fruity and the more spicy they go, the better.
Oh, that's
the
Remedy.
remedy.
Yeah,
I don't know if I've had remedy. I just super
it's
recognize
it's
it.
another fraud Booch.
Yeah, more of like
it
a
doesn't
sparkling.
taste much like kombucha, and I really liked it.
Okay. Baby steps.
Of course.
Baby steps and baby poop. Name of the episode?
Yeah.
Market Freed.
Freed really selling me on kombucha by describing the flavors as baby poop.
Well, it is the specific brand. You had to have this brand eventually.
Mm.
And even
All
though
right, so
I
that's
didn't
what
even
we're
have-
drinking. We'll circle on back to these later in the show and give them a real ranking, and we'll see how we're feeling after a whole bottle.
That's right. We'll be doing some rankings and things like that later on in the show. And folks, we'll be doing it here in the second half of the show. This is what we're thinking.
What we're thinking.
Yeah.
What we're thinking, brothers. All right, I've got a little quiz style game segment here for us to play here on Thanksgiving. I think that's at least a part of my family type Thanksgiving is that we like to do, not necessarily during Thanksgiving, but if you have the family together, maybe play a little game afterwards, something like Salad Bowl, or you play some kind of like dice game. My family loves the game Perudo, the classic game of Peruvian liar's dice. So this is our little kids table game section of our Thanksgiving episode. And the theme, because is the game called the big game? Like, what do they call the Michigan-Ohio State game?
It's the game.
The game.
But they also Yale and Harvard also call it the game, right?
I think
That's the FCS version of the
all you
game.
need is the context, but it's just the game.
Okay, it's just the game. But when it's played at Michigan, it is played at the Big House, right?
So you want it to be called the big game.
So yeah, which is, to be fair, kind of reserved for the Super Bowl, when it's the way to refer to the Super Bowl without getting like copyright infringement. Have you noticed that? That's a thing. You can't, like, most ads won't call it the Super Bowl. They'll call it the big game.
Wow. Did not know that.
Look it up. But don't look up this list here that I have assembled of the biggest schools.
Biggest
I
schools.
have a
in
list
terms
of biggest by
enrollment?
student size.
I
And
thought this was
I'm
about to
wondering-
be a quiz game of what different rivalries are called, which maybe we could slide into afterwards. Who says no?
Well, I've got another game that we're going to play after that, Freed. So if we
All
got
right,
time
well,
after
I guess
that,
we'll do it next year.
you let me know.
2029, we'll do it live.
Make a calendar invite for a year from now.
I'll send a Google Meet.
Yeah.
All right. So I have a list here from, do we accept this as a source? List of United States public university campuses by enrollment from Wikipedia.
Fake news.
Wikipedia all day.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine.
So we accept that. All right. I think we go back and forth here and see how many you can name without striking out. You each get, I think, 3 strikes and you're out. But if you get one right, you get to keep guessing. I'm coming up with this game as I
Do we have to start at 1, or are we just in the top 25?
just in the top 10 you guys need to get.
I think I know.
Lauren, you're gonna go first, but I'm waiting
I
for
think
you.
I know
Alright.
number 1. I'll let
I
Lauren
think
go
I know
first.
number 1 too.
Okay. Lauren, I'm gonna let you go first. You get to go until you miss. Once you get a strike, you are out, goes to Freed. 3 strikes and you're out.
I'm actually now doubting myself, but I think at least in the top 3 is Arizona State.
That's correct. The number 1 school, Arizona State. Lauren, your next pick.
Ohio State.
I'm starting to think this is unfair to give you too many, because then you'll just start guessing the big schools. Okay.
Is
Ohio State. We'll
is-
count it. And you
I
do
feel
get
like
it.
we should be alternating here.
We're gonna go back to Freed. Freed, you get 2 guesses now.
Wait,
And
what
then-
number
And then
is
we'll do
it?
1 on 1.
What number?
Ohio
is it?
State, number 6.
Oh,
UCF.
That's correct. You knew the Florida boy would get it. UCF, number 4 on the list, 68,000, by the way.
I actually thought that was number 1, so I'm glad Lauren went first and saved me the embarrassment.
Well, you still would have
let's-
landed in the top 10. You don't have to get exactly in the right order. All right,
Let's do
one more guess.
Penn State.
Penn State, not on the list, Freed. That's going to be an X for you. That's Freed's first X. Lauren, turn goes to you. Get 1 guess.
okay.
Is this undergraduate? Remind me.
Probably total. Those are
total
pretty big
enrollment.
numbers.
Total enrollment.
Includes only individual 4-year campuses, not 4-year universities. Enrollment. Yep.
It doesn't matter.
Undergraduate and graduate students. Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Michigan. I think it's up there, but
Michigan, I'm sorry. It is not in the top 10. That's an for Lauren.
What number is it?
I don't know. I only have a list of the top 10. So
Great.
Oh, this is only
great.
the top 10. I thought we had top 25.
no, just the top 10.
Oh,
No, you
shit.
kept saying that, but Alex kept saying top 10, and
You get 3 strikes and you're out.
I'm in my head. All right, this is a lot of pressure. Give me Texas A&M.
Texas A&M is correct. The number 2 largest with 74, almost 75,000 enrolled. Well done, Freed. So I believe the current score is Lauren has 2 and Freed has 2 as well. Lauren, you're up.
yeah, I'm thinking this is hard. I don't want to say this because I feel like Freed would have said it if it was right, but University of Florida?
That's correct. Just after UCF comes University of Florida with 61,000 students enrolled. Well done, Lauren.
Thank you.
Freed goes back to you. Does everybody have one out or do we have two outs? Does anybody have two outs?
One out
Yeah.
each.
I have one.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Carry on.
This is a crazy one, but I think it's in there. FIU.
That is correct, Freed. What a
Wow.
pull! We've
Wow.
eliminated the 3 Florida schools that are on this list.
Oh, big hand.
So
So how
that
many
is
are
the number
left?
8.
There's
Florida
only
schools.
4 left, right? So we got 3 each.
Yeah, I think so. That sounds about right. You've got Arizona State. You've got Texas A&M. You've got UCF.
Can you say the numbers with them?
Arizona State number 1. I'm doing it in order. Texas A&M number 2. UCF number 4. University of Florida number 5. Did I do that right? Oh no, yeah, they're number 5. Ohio State number 6. We're missing number 7. Florida International number 8. We're missing number 9, 10. So we're missing 2, 7, 9, and 10 on the list. And Lauren, it's your turn.
UNC.
That's Lauren's second out. Freed goes back to you. It's starting to feel like next person who guesses right could take the crown here.
I'm going to go with Arizona.
Arizona is not on the top 10 list, Freed. I'm sorry. That is an X for you. Lauren, the board goes back.
I'm going to keep it in the Midwest, in the Big Ten, and say Iowa.
No, I'm sorry. You're on
I think
an
I'm out.
interesting path. That is another X for Lauren. Freed, you need to have
This is
one.
for the win.
You need
This is
to
a
get
walk-off.
1. Yep.
Give me LSU.
I'm sorry, Freed. Not in the top 10. Lauren lives to see another game. Now it's going to be winner takes all. Whoever can guess it next.
Iowa
for each-
State?
wrong.
You said I was on a good path, and I read too much into it.
All right, you are on a great path, though. You're on a right. Freed.
I'm gonna go University of Houston.
Mm-mm.
Not even close.
Not on the list here. All right, everyone take a pause. I'm going to give you guys a hint. Okay. I think this is going to throw you guys off. I want you guys to guess the number 3 largest school. And this school, it's going to go to whoever the first person who goes for it. This school is located in the tri-state area, meaning Connecticut, New York, New Jersey.
Rutgers.
That is correct, Freed. Rutgers, who would have thought? 3rd largest school, 60, almost about 69,000.
It is the State University of New Jersey.
Do you know they're the first college football team in college football?
Wow.
I don't know if I did know that.
Yeah.
Do you know that because you're always watching the Big Ten Network?
I'm just around a lot of Big Ten people, but yeah, Michigan is the winningest program in college football history. So I always thought it would be Michigan, but the fun fact is that it's Rutgers, but they just suck.
Well, they did beat us last year at the at Yankee Stadium. I was in attendance for that. All right, folks, how we feeling about this game? You guys have room for one more little fun one?
Can you give us the last 2 answers before we step away?
Yes. So the number 9 largest school, University of Minnesota.
That was going to be the next one, I guess.
And then after that, the University of Texas at Austin.
I almost said that one.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Right
Before
around
we step to your next game, can I step in with a similar game?
Sure.
I know 2 off the top of my head. The top 2 largest university campuses in the country, contiguous area from the main campus.
Ohio State.
Nope.
The largest size of the campus, like all one area.
The largest contiguous.
I feel like it's
campus.
someplace with a bunch of like farmland or something.
Oh, Texas A&M.
No, but you're close.
Who else has an agriculture school?
Oklahoma.
No.
Yeah.
What's another A&M school?
No.
Florida A&M.
No.
I don't know.
It's not an A&M school.
Yeah, there's no other like big ones. Shit. Alabama.
No.
Texas Tech.
Texas Tech.
I said it first.
Texas Tech is number 2. Their main campus includes a bunch of ag stuff and a golf course. And it is only less big than Air Force, which probably has a bunch of runways and shit.
Runways.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Air Force bases. Big.
Oh. And they
Hangar
control the
space.
skies.
And
too.
the source is my brain. So
How do you
that
count
might
the
not
square
be
footage
real.
in the sky?
That's what they told us at Texas Tech, but unverified.
Wow, that's really interesting, Freed. Okay, guys, it's now time for Booch Feud. That's right. I looked up this question and tried to see if there was a Family Feud episode of this, and there is. And the question was, what is something of yours that's too darn big? What is something of yours that is too darn big? And so I have the list of the top answers. I think that they do what? The top 5 answers, right? Something like that.
It ranges between 4 and 8 typically.
Yeah. So we have top 5 answers, things that people say are too darn big. And yeah, so I think we start this off by doing you guys kind of like, it's like the buzzer, right? So you guys, we raise a hand to see who goes first. Freed, technically. All right, Freed.
My electric bill, Steve.
Oh, Bills is correct. The
Is that number 1?
4 answer on the board.
Oh.
So it's Bills. So that's 9 points for Freed. All right. Okay. Freed, the board is yours. You get one more guess.
I don't want to take the whole board. I'll let Lauren go. I'm a good
No,
sport.
that's not how Family Feud works.
You get one more guess, and then it goes to Lauren.
Okay, if I strike out, all right. Man, I'd almost rather not play. Can I pass it to her and let her play?
No.
All right. Too darn big. Say it again for me, Steve.
Something that you have that is too darn big. Something of yours that's too darn big. We're waiting. You're about to get the buzzer. You're about to get an X. You don't want an X, Freed.
Let's say my house. My house is too darn big.
What a problem to have. What a problem to have. Jesus. That's what Texas Tech is saying about their campus.
Yeah.
All right, Lauren. Board goes to you. What's something of yours that's too darn big?
My butt.
That is the number 1 answer.
Unbelievable.
And on the board, they said double wide dumper. And I had only ever heard a friend that I work with, like he was like talking about a girl. I was like, yeah, and she's got a great dumper. And he said it very like matter of factly, not even in like a weird way. He was like, well, yeah, and the dumper on her is real nice. Like it was like complimenting her. I was like, I've never heard anybody say, well, an acid dumper before.
I like a good dump truck, but dumper is a little too dumper's a little too literal for what the butt is, you know?
I would agree. All right, Lauren, that's 20 points to you. Currently, it's 20-9 right now, and we're gonna see who can have the highest score before you guys X out. So, Lauren, you get to go again, and then we'll go back to Freed.
I'm going to stick with body parts and say stomach.
The belly, the number 2 answer.
Unstuck.
Wow. Of course,
This is girl thing.
a
Like,
woman
I would
would
just
know.
not think of these things.
You name it, we're self-conscious about it.
Exactly. Yay. Freed said bills.
What a man thing to say.
All right, Freed. I'm a little nervous about the next potential guest that you could have, Freed. Especially after some comments earlier today that I just said. Things of yours that are too darn big. Eric Friedman, what is your guess?
My kombucha ratings collection.
Oh, that's an X, Freed. I'm sorry. Nope. Lauren, would you like to guess?
I'll keep naming things that people are self-conscious about. I'm gonna say forehead.
Ooh, foreheaded not. Somebody else guessed that on the show. I watched the whole clip. Someone said, my face. Show him my face. Oh. All right, Freed, back to you. You have 2 X's, 1 more X, and you're out, and Lauren automatically wins.
My anxiety, Steve.
That's interesting. Somebody said ego on the show as well, which I thought was a good thing.
People with big egos don't think that they have big egos.
Exactly, and that's why it's an X for Freed. Sorry, Freed, you're out. Lauren, congratulations, you win. Would you like to take a guess at one of the other answers remaining on the board for an extra bonus point?
I'll say nose, Alex.
That's right.
Ooh.
Ding, 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 ding. Freed, I can't believe you missed that.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
Profiling.
I'm kidding. Hey, you don't talk to me about profiles.
Is ears the last one?
Ears? No, the last one is feet. Oh, Lauren, are you so pink because you were in Hawaii?
Because I'm hot. Oh, I did just go to Hawaii and I'm very tan, but I'm
Yeah.
also a little red right now because I'm very warm.
Nice.
This kombucha is warming me right up.
You know what's crazy?
You're
One of my
absolutely
first
glowing.
thoughts in this game was feet, but I thought it made absolutely no sense, so I didn't say it.
Hey, go with your gut, Freed. You don't need me to tell you that.
Gotta trust
It's a kombucha podcast. You always got to go with your gut.
Freed, it sounds like you haven't spent a lifetime with body dysmorphia and self-confidence issues. So you know what? You should call it a win. Because these came
Unfortunately,
real fast.
Clearly, I'm more worried about the bank account.
Yeah, it's all about the Benjamins, Freed. All right, folks. Very good. Well done, everybody, in our little game section. Did you all have fun at the kids' table?
Thanks, Steve.
Yay!
Yay. Folks, we've told you what we're drinking. Brew Doctor, we got the sparkling cranberry, which, by the way, bad name. Sparkling cranberry? What's that? Where's the fun in that?
I feel like it's giving winter vibes. There's like snowflakes on it, and it's
very Thanksgiving-y.
It looks nice.
More
I just
wintry.
don't like. GT says cosmic cranberry. Health Aid has, I don't know. Do they even have a cranberry?
Well, to be fair, cosmic cranberry should have some psychedelic mushrooms in it to earn the name. So
that sounds like Seattle talking. Seattle's talking. I can hear it.
Sparkling cranberry. At least you know what you're getting.
Yeah, that's true. It is a very literal. And mine's crisp apple. Yours could have been crisp cranberry, I guess. I wasn't going with my gut there, but we will be going with our gut here on the third segment of Booch Ball, which is, of course, are you guys loving my transitions?
So
I feel
good.
like I've been nailing them.
Elite.
The third section of Booch Ball, which is, of course, what we're drinking.
Oh
Yeah, wait. No, you're right.
It's who we're picking, Alex.
Do I know this podcast?
Who are we picking?
I got too excited with the whole Family Feud thing I was doing. I was trying to be the crowd. What I meant to say is, who we're picking.
Like the Wheel of Fortune.
Who we're
Yeah,
picking.
Something like that.
Who
Freed.
we're picking.
Who we're picking. Picking. Freed?
Who the hell are we picking? We got USC East.
The Cox.
Cacks at Clemson. Clemson's favored by 2.5 in a potential playoff play-in game. We'll talk about that later. Texas one of the top 10 biggest schools by undergrad enrollment in the country, at Texas A&M, who I think A&M had them beat. We'll see if they beat them on the field as well. Texas favored by 6. And then the game, Michigan at Ohio State. Ohio State favored by 21 biggins. And for our sentiment pick, Miami of Ohio at Bowling Green in a MAC semifinal matchup for the ages. Bowling Green favored by 2.5. And then, of course, we'll talk Miami at Syracuse in what is a win-win for the University of Miami Kappa Sig fan.
Oh, that's true.
All right, let's get into it. USC East at Clemson, 2.5-point favorites. Alex, talk to me a little bit about what you're thinking about this game in terms of importance. Does it matter? And then who you're picking.
Well, Freed, these are two teams from South Carolina, and that tells you just about all you need to know.
Boo.
These are two teams. Yeah, you're trying to get me into if one of them wins, are they in? I don't know. I think if Clemson wins, they've got a decent shot, right? They've lost 2 games.
Yeah.
They're a brand we all know and love. I think if South Carolina wins, then they'll be, what, 9-3?
Yeah, but they got hype. People are loving them right now as the little underdog that could. They're getting hot. I think they need whoever wins this game is going to be number 13. They need somebody ahead of them to lose to open up a spot. That's my opinion.
Okay.
But who are you going with on the spread here? Clemson by 2.5.
Lauren, do you have any thoughts?
The only thought going through my head is Cox. So
Yeah.
picking the Cox.
Go with your gut.
Love
that. Interesting. All right.
Deep in the gut.
Deep. We've got
this is a family program, please.
Sorry. My dad listens to this now.
Keep it to
Oh,
dumpers.
yeah.
I
You were
forgot to
going to
tell
tell
you
us
guys.
the Booch show. Yeah, wait.
Are you
Let's put this in
so
a
since
post.
I'm an influencer and I come with a big audience, I've brought that audience to Booch Ball.
Was that the
audience,
fan?
The audience being my father.
All
and
right.
the impact that you guys have. He tried kombucha for the first time, and guess
Really?
what?
He liked it?
He hated it.
Which one did he
What
have?
flavor was it?
You did your best. I don't know. He got one from the grocery store, so it's probably at GT's.
All right. Well, okay.
Tell him to check the Bucha Big
Give him my
Board.
number.
Take one from the top 10.
He was like, "Why do people drink this?" But I thought it was funny.
You know
that
what it sounds like, Lauren? It sounds like next year
I
we
guess
need
here.
to have him on the show. And then eventually we'll do all of our families on the show. And we'll do a big... Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting indeed. Yeah, we would love to have your dad on the show.
You're welcome anytime, Mr. Z.
Mr. Z. All right. I will be supporting our ACC brethren here, and I will be picking Clemson to cover the 2.5-point spread. Why not?
I got Clemson as well. They certainly haven't really beaten anybody this year, but they're at home and in a rivalry game. I like the home field. I think the problem that Clemson's going to have, even if they win this game, is I don't see them jumping over Miami or SMU if they're both 11-1. Whoever loses the ACC championship shouldn't get penalized for making the ACC championship and end up not making it. Well, Clemson does. That just doesn't sound plausible. So we'll see what happens there. What's next?
Next up, Freed, we've got the Texas battle for agriculture. It's University of Texas -6 points at Texas A&M. Right on
I think it's
home
the battle for
soil
oil
for
rights.
Aggies. Yeah, something like that. Texas 6, A&M. Texas favored by 6 at A&M. Freed, your thoughts, and keep it snappy.
I am going with the Aggies to cover. I'm probably going to bet on them to win too.
Okay, Lauren, your thoughts?
Well, I flew to Ann Arbor this year to watch Texas play Michigan and watch them absolutely wallop my team. And I'm very impressed with Texas. So I'm going to go with Texas.
All right. Texas.
Potentially a little bit more telling about what was to come for Michigan than it seemed at the time.
What? No.
Interesting point, Freed. I am going to be at Thanksgiving with my cousins, my second cousins, the Bells. Chazzy Bell is a big Texas fan, even though he never went to Texas and nobody in his family ever went to Texas. But he loves the Texas Longhorns and he likes the Tennessee Titans, even though he's from New Jersey. Maybe he should have been a Rutgers fan. But for that reason, I will be picking Texas, the Longhorns. I would like for them to win and cover the spread. I really don't like Texas A&M at all. So it's going to be Texas for me. And I'm wearing a burnt orange sweatshirt right now. So
Don't let Aggie Donald Trump hear you talking that. He'll have something to say.
Yeah, we should have had him on the show this year.
You will not receive any Trump Boocha.
No.
Shame.
It's made with 100% freedom.
Titanium.
Freed.
Is that a
No.
Trump impression?
Yeah.
That was a impression of our Trump impression.
Got it.
That sounded like a Brando in Godfather impression.
Titanium bottles, okay? The caps are going to be welded on. You're going to need a can opener to get in there.
All right.
Just
I
don't
see
me
it.
on the day my
Boocha.
daughter's Booch ball.
All right, back to the game.
My daughter's
Michigan.
a fan of the program.
Michigan at Ohio State. Ohio State's favored by 21 points. Lauren, talk to us about the state of the Big Ten. How's Michigan feeling? How's Ohio State feeling? Get us up to speed.
Big Ten is real strong this year. And the downfall of winning a national championship is that our players, like our quarterback, did not announce that they were going to the NFL until way too late for us to get a quarterback. So this is my first year on Booch Ball that I'm going to admit that Michigan is probably going to lose this football game. But I will say our defense is still pretty solid, so I think they'll cover the spread, but they're still going to lose.
You don't think that their team will win? You come to me. Can you tell that I have this in my lips? Oh, that's better. Now I kind of look like the Godfather.
You're so good.
Trying to talk like
Is-
him more.
Is this Marlon Brando?
Kind of
on
puts out his lip. He puts out his lip like this. It's a little more Robert De Niro, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I'm actually watching Casino right now.
Get a little bit New York in there.
Looks like I have two giant zins in my lip.
It really does. He's going with the horseshoe in honor of the horseshoe.
Sam Jazza says Michigan will be playing big blue ball against Ohio State.
True that.
Do we know what that
You
means?
should tweet that, Jazzo. That's gold. That's really good.
No.
Sam Jazzo said Michigan leads the nation in rat orgasms. Lauren, I
At
just
least they
sent you
did
a
a few
TikTok.
years ago.
I just
I
sent you a
saw
TikTok today
that.
about rat. It was about like rats wearing pants. And Flobo in the audience as well. Hello, Florian Bodemer. Good to see you.
Welcome to our rat orgasm segment on the podcast.
Shout out Florian, one of
Rat
the only guys I
orgasm.
know who is still posting on Facebook. Love you, buddy. Good to see you.
All right, Alex, bring us back to the game. I'm going to take my turn. You throw out the records in a rivalry game, right? I'm still
Yes.
taking Ohio State to cover. It's what I
it's
do.
just that. And Freed, what I do is I always ride or die with my big blue Michigan fans. I am today we are all Michigan fans, and
That's
especially and twice on Thanksgiving, right, Lauren?
Hell yeah. That's right.
So I think through those 3 games, we all disagreed with each other at least once. A nice 2 versus 1 separate games. We're set up for a 3-way tie.
Zip,
We need
zap,
to-
stop.
We need a sediment pick to break it. So as we do on Booch Ball, we will drink the dreathers of our kombucha, enjoy that sediment,
Drink the dreathers.
and give the thanks.
Clink.
Thanks. Yes, I give thanks to all of you here, to all of our Boochies out in the world, wherever you may be. whether you're Lauren's dad or not. But I'm Lauren for always being our Thanksgiving favorite. You're our favorite Thanksgiving side, Lauren.
You don't think I'm a
Thanksgiving
dessert?
snack.
Oh, fuck. Nice one,
I'm a
Pete.
side piece? Is that what you're saying?
Nah, you're a snack. Don't listen to him.
Yeah.
All right, Miami, Ohio at Bowling Green. These two teams are in a current 3-way tie for first place in the MAC. Winner guaranteed a spot in the MAC championship game.
Oh, I can barely contain my excitement, Freed.
I don't think they have a chance at the playoffs, but Bowling Green's 2.5-point favorites at home. Should be a fun one. Who are you picking?
Well, you know what they say, never trust Bowling Green at home on Thanksgiving weekend. That's why I'm picking Miami, Ohio.
Lauren, would you agree?
I didn't know that they said that, but I was gonna pick Bowling Green because it's the wrong Miami. So
I never miss a chance to pick Miami, right or wrong. So I'm picking Miami.
Yeah, I feel a kinship with Miami, Ohio, especially after we played them.
Mm-hmm.
And we had Jay Alter on the show. What's Jay Alter been up to? We got to check in with him.
I saw him doing some basketball the other day.
Oh, calling it? Yeah, he is more of a, yeah, guys, he went to Syracuse, actually. We should have had him on the episode.
Not this week. This is Lauren's time to shine.
Oh, yeah, that's
wow,
right. That's right.
just throw me to the side. I guess I am a side dish at Thanksgiving.
Right.
If
Well, I
you
love
were a
side
side
dishes.
dish,
Thanksgiving is nothing without the side dishes.
what
is my
side
point.
dish would you be, Lauren?
I'd be the sweet potato casserole because it's
Hell
so
yeah.
sweet and delicious that it's practically a dessert.
Hell
With
yeah.
the marshmallows or without?
With the marshmallows, for sure.
I just was
I've
talking to
been
somebody who's very
tasked-
anti-marshmallow. So
I'm in charge of sweet potatoes this year for Kayla's family Thanksgiving, and they are going to be so pissed when it is not a casserole and it's just baked slices of sweet potato with cinnamon and ginger and salt. It's fucking delicious.
Why would you take something
Delicious.
perfect and make a mockery out of it?
Delicious.
No.
They're going to be pissed about it, but I'm going to enjoy it.
I think my favorite side has always been creamed spinach. I love creamed spinach.
Wow, you're like an 80-year-old
But I
in Florida.
think, though, the more I think about it, I think the most important thing on my plate is actually a nice buttered roll. Because I like stack, build little sandwiches kind of as I'm going.
There is no shot I'm wasting Thanksgiving space with a fucking roll. Excuse
Well,
my language, children.
Yeah, I don't know.
No shot.
The roll is so important to
It's
me.
really good.
Maybe cornbread, but speaking of which, do you guys ever have Boston Market? Have you ever had a Boston Market?
Yeah.
Back in
That place
Virginia.
is like Thanksgiving, like all the time.
Yeah.
When I was very
Okay.
little, I enjoyed their cream spinach. That was what got me thinking about that.
Interesting.
No.
Mm.
Okay. Well, let's talk
My
about
high school
Miami, shall we?
girlfriend liked Boston Market. We used to go and I just didn't get it. I was like, why are we going here?
Yeah. Always
That was like before
disappointing.
Chipotle, I think, was like invented. And then it was like, okay, let's
It
go.
is Chipotle for Thanksgiving food, which honestly, if it was rebranded, there's a niche. Let's talk about Miami and Syracuse.
But before we do that, I think Chipotle is the best place to go to get food when you're in high school.
Yeah.
Chipotle's fallen off. It was when we were in high school and college, but
It was the place to go to get food.
they combio, bro. They combio.
See, Cloud can see, bro. Irregardless.
All right. So since we got Sam and Florian listening in, we might as well talk about Coach Wright, our buddy who is second in charge of Syracuse's defense. So if we lose to Syracuse this weekend, at least we got that going for us. I'll be a little less mad.
And if the leader of the defense dies on the field, all of a sudden we know the leader of the Syracuse defense.
Mhm.
So
Mm-hmm.
maybe there's an errant tackle, a cleat goes astray,
Who knows?
something happens.
We're not wishing it. We're just saying if it happens.
Yeah, no, or not dies, but just gets knocked out of the game. Is what I'm saying.
Better.
That's
Yeah,
what I meant
better.
to say. Did I not say that? That's what I said, right?
Yeah, you
Roll
said
the
that.
tape.
Yeah, you said that. All right, so this is the only dude in the country who's thrown for more passing yards than Cam Ward. That's Kyle McCord.
That's
Lauren,
right.
you know
Former
him well
Ohio
from his
Stater.
Ohio State days. But
Mhm.
this one could be a barn burner. a lot of points, although Vegas has the over-under at 67, which
Pretty high.
assumes that's not that high, though. It's 33 and a
Mm.
half. I'm slamming this over. Absolutely.
Oh, don't give it all away here, Freed. Jeez, I have to write my
Secrets,
score
but
down.
I mean, this is a very important game for Miami. You got to win. You win, you're in the ACC championship. You lose, you're not. It's as simple as that. Got to win it.
Well said. All right, I've got my score. Do you guys
I
have
also
your
have my
scores?
score.
Lauren, think of one.
Mhm.
Let me know when you're ready. All right. I am terrified of this game. I think this could end up being not good. Syracuse is a good team. It's weird to play away. I hate the Thanksgiving away game, especially up north. That being said, we're riding the Canes, baby. We've got Cam Ward. This is the, last game of a truly blessed regular season. I'm very thankful for this regular season. It's been a while since we've had a fun team that was good to watch. Some games have been a little freaky, but this was a very fun season. So I'm going to give the edge to the Canes here. I got Miami 38, Syracuse 31.
Okay, for a nice 69 total. Wow, Jazzo called that one.
Oh yeah, that's over under all right. Tell me about it, Jazzo.
All right, these are two high-powered offenses. I do not trust the defense. I know the defense showed up against Wake Forest, but I've watched this team all season, and this defense is bad. We have a lack of talent in places that we just shouldn't at this point in the program, but unfortunately we do. And it's a shame that we're wasting the best offense in the country with a very subpar defense, but that's where we are. So I think Miami can pull this game out. But as I said, I'll be betting the over. I got Miami winning 53-48 in an absolutely
A
crazy
shootout.
offensive shootout. Sorry, Robert.
Wow. Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah.
But I hope I'm wrong. But yeah.
That's
Interesting.
that's really rude to Coach Wright.
Yeah.
And he
That's
sucked
wrong.
at his job.
That's wrong what you're doing to Coach Wright.
Yeah. If he's right, I don't want to be wrong.
Right.
Is
Right?
that how it works?
What do you got, Lauren?
Right.
My line was actually going to be pretty close to Alex's 37-32 Canes. I
like
think Cam Ward always plays his best in the fourth quarter when the game is on the line. And the whole game is on the line this time because we really need to win. And so I think he's going to play well the whole time and
Let's hope so.
do his best against a great defensive coordinator,
Mm-hmm.
co-coordinator.
Yeah, co-coordinator. Yeah. Well, one bad coordinator and then one that's on the come up.
Yeah.
So
Thanks for that.
Lauren and I have
Jazzo,
a
this-
Booch ball spread, a 5-point spread. Alex has a 7-point spread. So that means the Booch ball spread for tie-breaking events is set at beep, boop, 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 beep, boop, boop. 6.
What? What's the over under?
The Booch ball spread is 6.
The Booch ball spread is 6. Okay, got it. Okay. All right, so Lauren's got the lower end. I'm in the middle. And then Freed's on the upper, right?
No, Lauren and I are both at 5. I did not do. I just did the math
I'm at
between you and
7.
I for our tiebreaker.
Okay. All right,
Lauren's
I like
riding
that.
with
I
me.
like to root for Miami scoring more points than the other team, which is a position I was not in last week.
I appreciate the Boochies conversation here.
There's a
off
real
to the
family
side.
Thanksgiving
Yeah.
vibe on this episode, and we can tell in the little comments here. So we're grateful for all this family connections happening.
Well,
But-
have a SIG reunion.
One
But
thing
it's
left.
time for us to review our kombucha before we go, folks. Happy holidays. Happy Thanksgiving. Let's see just how thankful we are for this Brew Dr. Booch.
I'll remind the folks at home how we do the scoring here on Booch Ball. It's a 0 to 10 scale. 0, the worst thing ever tasted, how Mr. Zimmerman might describe kombucha. 1, literally can't drink it. how
And apparently it's
Lauren
not
might
how you describe baby poop.
kombucha. 2, disgusting, how we describe Sam Jazzo.
All right, let's speed this
3,
up. 3, not good.
not-
4, meh. 5, would drink it. 6, would buy it. 7, would recommend it. 8, delicious. 9, amazing Booch, which is a hilarious category. And then 10 is the best thing ever.
ever.
Tasted, I imagine, is what we want to say there. So we can go up to 1 decimal out. Free, do you have a score here? I've got a score for my crisp apple. Do you want me to lead off so you guys can do your cranberries?
I think I have a score, but so go ahead.
Okay. This crisp apple is a kind of typical mid-range brew doctor. Not super exciting, but kind of is what it is. It's tells you what it is. I would say the one thing I would have against it is that it's not really crisp. There's nothing all that crisp on this. I came away wanting it to be more like apple cider vinegary and have me almost like puckered a little bit. But it ended up being a little bit underwhelming. It's right in that would drink it range. Not quite something that I'm going to be going to buy when there's other options on the shelf in the apple range from other products. So it's going to be a 5.9 for me for the crisp apple.
Okay. I feel like I kind of agree with your general sentiment of this being a kind of middle of the pack, is what it is, nothing special. I want to recommend this one because I actually really do like it, but I'm going to, I see Lauren's face disagreeing with me already. I'm deducting a few tenths of a point because I don't vibe with the cranberries. I'm not picking up what the cranberries are putting down. I noticed there's some raspberry in here too as one of the ingredients listed, but it's just nondescript. And for the sparkling cranberry, I just want un poquito más cranberry. I'm going to go with a 6.8 though, because I would actually have this again. It's one of the better brew doctors I've had.
All right.
Lauren, what do you think?
Now that I'm like most of the way through the bottle, it is what I would describe as fine. But the first couple sips I would describe as pretty gross. So I powered through and it kind of, I guess, coated my tongue with the funky baby poop, as has been described.
Sure. Your words, not ours.
Are they my words? I think they're Freed's. So I'm going to do, but now that I'm drinking it, it's okay. So I'm going to do a 4.5. I'm not going to drink this again, but I'm not going to spit it out either. I'll finish it.
Right in the meh.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. 4.5. Freed, can we get a score at least between you and Lauren for your sparkling cranberry?
Oof. Yeah. I have the calculation set up for a 3-way score. I'm going to have to do some
Well, my score doesn't matter because it's a different Booch.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
So obviously this is going to be an unofficial score until I give my opinion on the sparkling cranberry. You have to understand.
ETF 5bot is deep in calculations right now.
I'm thinking this is going to end up on the lower end of our spectrum.
Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, boop. We got a 5.65.
Just really wanted to join in.
What is it again?
An interim score of 5.65.
5.65. Ooh, that is right towards the bottom of our board. That slots in around the number 46 slot out of our kombuchas, where there's
at least it's above Kavita.
55. It's just barely above Kavita.
There's a lot of brew doctors down there. I'm sorry, Brew Doctor Rob.
That's right. Well, at least we did have a pretty brew. They're returning back to the average. They're regressing back to the mean. Am I right, ladies? I was in the business school. Ladies and gentlemen, Boochies and Boochettes, thank you for joining us here on a lovely holiday-themed Thanksgiving episode of Booch Ball. We love you, especially all you Boochies hopping in the comments. Shout out Flobo, shout out Sam Jazzo, and I'm sure Jake Hennessy's out there listening. Also, shout out to Jake Hennessy, who got stabbed recently in San Francisco.
Hell yeah, bro.
We'll have to have him on the show.
What?
to talk about his stabbing. Maybe then we'll drink the GT's blood orange.
Oh,
But until then, Lauren,
What a way to
see ya.
end. Jesus Christ.
Great
Happy
to see ya.
Thanksgiving. Don't get stabbed.
Great to see you, Lauren.
Good to see you too.
Freed, we love you. And as always,
go Canes. Stay cultured. Peace.
play the music.
Booch. We playing Booch ball.